my plan is this guy's going on some big old brackets on the wall. Well, not him, it's not going to be mounted and stuffed, but his vivarium up off the ground, and he'll be my one pet snake. Really hope this guy lives a long old life. Very expensive in the UK, or certainly were when I bought this guy. But the Eastern Indigo snake is the snake of my childhood dreams. And he's growing on nicely indeed. Lovely creature. What a beauty. Now, one thing that loves a reptile room in the UK are false widows, and they thrive. Look at all those egg sacs. All the nooks and crannies, nice and warm. They love it. We do a good job of pest control. Completely harmless, don't worry about them, really. But they certainly love this kind of setting. So as the reptile room vanishes, I'm going to take all this to bits, catch up these to Indigo, and move this one off. Well, so these can be shipped on out. This one's staying in here. But yeah, slightly a lot heavier than I thought it was. So, whew, that's that job. Annoyingly, the screws had come through from the heating bracket and they've screwed into the base, so it took me a couple of minutes to work out why it was so heavy, and had to take everything out, including that, 'cause that's a bucket full of sand, heavier than you think. So, time to put that in there. So, newspaper and things for the snake to get secure in, but to be honest, when you're doing all this sort of thing, put them in a black over box or wrap them in a blanket or something. Not for warmth. Animals are much more secure in completely dark sided boxes. This snake's just going to rub, and listen, it's not going to stress itself out, but it's going to get a bit stressed. Wow. So the key is, anything like this, just be organised. Organise it, take your time, secure the animal, and do all your wiring, plan where everything's going to go, have a nice tidy area to move. It's a big enclosure so you don't trip over stuff. Just be methodical. Take things out, don't put them in your way, keep it clean and tidy, put it all back in. Get the whole area sorted out, and then put your animal back in. Just going to put him some water in now. And the only other thing is, clean all your glass while it's out. I'll put it back in now, but the glass cleaner is actually at work, so I took it there today and forgot to bring it back. Get everything clean. When you move anything, good time to do a proper good old clean. So here he is, the red-chinned Eastern Indigo. Looking superb. What a gorgeous animal that is. Go on then. Straight back in his hide, all familiar for him. Beautiful. You can have a little poke around, see what's what, see if it's all the same. Leave a drymarchon are very worthwhile. For me, if you want stunning colour, the yellowtail Crebo's the one. For sort of real interesting pet-like, and the way they move, probably go for a Eastern Indigo or a black-tailed crebo for sure. I'm told the Texan indigos are a good choice too. To be honest, if you want something that's probably bolder and even more pet-like, save all your money and get yourself a false water cobra, if I'm honest. Anyway, he's gone for now. So here he is the next morning, looking chilled out and basically probably thinking, Dave, why didn't you clean the glass? Incy Wincy survived the move, by the way. Incy Wincy, the garden spider's been in there now for some weeks from a little tiny spiderling. His job is to catch any of the what they call fungus gnats. So if you use a compost in your vivariums, there's a critter there, look. Especially if you keep it damp all the time, you're very likely to get, if it's a compost rather than a soil base, you are likely to get fungus gnats because they're a house plant pest and they'll pest you there. And if you look at the glass, let's look at Incy Wincy. It doesn't look like that in real life. You can't hardly see it, but those speckles are essentially tiny flecks of poo from the fungus gnats. When I had an explosion, they're all on the glass trying to get into the light of the room. So that doesn't all need cleaning down. The trick is, which has cured the problem, or I've just noticed one, is to let the compost, this is true for your houseplants, let the compost dry out completely. Do you know what? Let it dry out until the point of wilting. I'm going to water this today. We didn't water it yesterday. Let that compost dry out until those plants just start to wilt, so you know almost all the moisture is gone. The little maggots, the larvae of the fungus gnat, those things require moisture in the soil, so you pretty much kill off the breeding cycle. And they're going to come in on your plants and so on and so forth. They're going to come in from possibly fungus gnats in your house plants elsewhere. So clean the glass today is priority. But how nice that there he is out sunbathing. He's got UV in this vivarium. Does he need it? I wouldn't have thought so, but he's got it in there. He's got LED lighting as well, and he's got thermostatically controlled heat sources which are turned off. We're having a heat wave in the UK, so he certainly doesn't need any more heat than that's coming out of that UV sort of fluorescent strip light. It does give off a fair bit of heat. And he's got branches and that he can climb up right under and bask. But there he is, East Indigo snake. Looking at, this is a 6 foot viv, so he's over 3 feet long now. Really has grown. Really is beautiful. Anyway, just a short video. East Indigo snake, probably the most iconic snake in my collection, but to be honest, probably has had the least airtime of all. And he's certainly to the stage now where he's not as shy. He's not a hatchling anymore. Beautiful species. Time to release the beast, the mangrove snake, back into his new, or rather his old house in a new place.